Hi, I'm Roger and welcome back to the Tractor Tech channel. This is the trailer that I showed how to repack the wheel bearings on, and when I was repacking the wheel bearings I found that the brake shoes were cracked on the trailer, so I'm going to show you how to replace your brakes on a trailer. So if your brake shoes need replaced, the best thing to do is just buy the backing plate that already has the brake shoes and all the hardware on there. It's really not much more money than just buying the brake shoes themselves, and it already has the studs in it. So all you need to do to install this is remove 4 nuts and cut the wires. But sometimes you may have difficulty getting the old nuts off depending on how old the trailer is and if it's been exposed to salt. Then the brake drums were questionable on this trailer. So in this case we just got a whole kit that came with the backing plate, the brake drum, new seals, new bearings, new races. You have to pack the bearings and install the seals yourself. That's already been done. I'll include a card with a link to the video on how to repack your trailer wheel bearings so you can see how to do that. So I'm going to take a pair of side cutters and cut the brake wires. Now the nuts need removed. They're rusty on this trailer, so the best thing to do is just cut them off in this case. And the best way to cut the nuts off is to use an acetylene torch. Now the brake backing plate has been removed. If you don't have a torch to cut the nuts off, you could always use an air chisel to split the nuts, or you could use a cutoff wheel. If you don't have any way to cut it and these bolts inside here start turning, you're probably going to need a helper to hold these with vice grips while you remove the nuts from the inside. When you go to put your brake backing plate on, you need to be sure you're putting it on the correct side. This one is marked for the right side. Easy way to tell which way they go is the magnet always goes to the bottom and the brake shoe that is the longest goes to the rear. So this one is for the right side, it's labeled correctly. Make things easier, put non-insulated connectors on the wires and have some small pieces of heat shrink. So when I put it on, I can connect the new wires, crimp them, then slide the heat shrink on. So now I can put the backing plate on. The brake flange was wire brushed in preparation for installing the backing plate. I ran all the nuts up, now I'm ready to torque the brake backing plate. I'm going to do this in an X pattern so they're drawn up evenly. Now we can crimp the wires for the brakes. There's no particular way that these wires go on. They could be reversed of what they're hooked up now. Now we're using a heat gun on the heat shrink. This makes a weatherproof connection. Before the drum goes on, I'm going to spray the brake shoes off with some brake cleaner. I've already thoroughly cleaned this brake drum, but I'm just going to clean it one last time with brake clean. Now the drum can go on. The outer bearing can go in now. Washer. And the spindle nut. The wheel and tire can now go on. Now I can check the bearing adjustment. Lock the spindle nut in place with the cotter key. The bearing cap can be installed. It was damaged a little bit in shipping, but it's still usable. Now we just need to check the brake adjustment. I'm going to turn the wheel, and I feel just a slight amount of drag on the wheel, so we're good. It's recommended after you drive maybe a few hundred miles to recheck your brake adjustment. Now I'll let the trailer back down and retorque the wheel. Now I can torque the wheel. This wheel torques to 100 foot-pounds on this trailer. So that concludes how to install new brakes on your trailer. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this.